I need to record on Zoom so that he gets a copy and then we can put it. When it's low and soon. There we go. Okay. That's it, right? That's it. How is it going?
But like we should hear for yeah.
Sorry. Okay. Where's the dog?
Guys. No, it's gonna see, like in person. Yeah.
I saw you in the fall.
Yeah, the coffee. Probably the concert too. And it's a lot, yeah, Spanish version, agenda, principal report. So yeah, got those two, you're good. Agendas tomorrow. I think we should, yeah. Thank you. Like myself.
This is not best. No. Waiting on. Huh? No.
No, they're. Yeah.
Right. The time is 6:12. We're gonna get started. Welcome, everyone. This is Matthew Kwame. Thank you and welcome again to our Peirce LSC regular meeting. Before we get started, I'd like to go ahead and read our norms. With a little caveat that, we're trying to make some changes there too, or some additions. So we're going to read them as is, and then there's going to probably be some discussion around adding other items. Our norms to be active, engaged, contributing participants by sharing practices and actively listening to others. Be flexible and respectful of others' time and decisions. Be open to other people's truths and perspectives, and be reminded of differences in cultural and social backgrounds. Be transparent about concerns, challenges, and misunderstandings. Be reflective, collaborative, and supportive. And always take the work back to the student achievements. What can we do to make things better for our students, both academically and social-emotionally? And then respect student, staff, and LSC member confidentiality. So now I will call the meeting to order and read the norms. I'd like to go ahead and do a roll call. Matthew Kwame, parent rep.
Parent rep.
Lori Zaby, principal. Kathleen Hayes, parent rep. Hello, student rep. Svetlana Finchtal, community rep.
Nicole Granicki, parent rep. Lindsay Moon, parent rep.
And to note that Adolfo is here, but at the main entrance waiting for a kid to be picked up and we'll come like that.
Okay,
And I think we should talk for translation. A translator.
well, first is, so I'd like to ask if anybody need translation services. We do have a translator today with us. Yes,
Hi, everybody, I'm Sparrow, I'm going to be channels Thank you.
the next item, thank you so much. The next item on the agenda is the approval of the order of the agenda. So one item that Mr. Lee and Ms. Leibovitz reached out about was to potentially move their presentation, which is item 11A, up to as far up as possible. So what we're going to do, if it's okay with you, is to put it right after or right before Ella's report. So right before item number 4. So it'll give us about a half an hour, hopefully, to get there. So with that slight adjustment, can I get a motion to approve the order of the agenda?
I'll motion to approve the order of the agenda, moving 11A before number 4.
Need a second?
Second.
All in favor? Any opposed? Any discussion? All right, thank you. The motion passes. Next on the agenda, there's several items I need council approval. Starting with the minute, so 3 sets of minutes. So I start with the first one, the minutes from the January 26th regular meeting. Our secretary shared those and I think they're available as well. So can I get a motion?
A motion to approve the minutes from the January 26, 2023 regular meeting.
Thank you. Can I get a second?
Second.
All in favor? Any opposed? Any discussion? The motion passes. Next item, minutes from the February 23rd regular meeting. Can I get a motion?
I motion to approve the minutes from February 23rd, 2023. And the meeting.
Thank you. Thank you.
Can I ask that member speak up and speak clearly, because we can hardly hear anybody what they're saying.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you,
Okay.
no.
Let's step back out there. So that's the thing with the microphone. We only have one. So people are we're gonna figure it out. Yeah. I'm sorry. Very good. The next one is the minutes from the March 16th meeting, regular meeting.
A motion to approve the minutes from the March 16th regular meeting.
Thank you, Lori. You have a second?
Second.
Kathleen, all in favor? Any opposed?
Not opposed, but abstained, doesn't matter.
Abstain, yep. We have 2 abstentions. The motion passes. Thank you. All right, next item on the agenda, Friends of Peirce fundraising events. There are 2 of them. And there's a little asterisk there, and I think Chad, you can perhaps give us a little bit more detail about that, but this is, you want to give us a brief summary?
Sure,
Please.
last time, Chad Curry, President of Friends of Peirce. Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right, great. I did theater for a while, so hopefully. So last time we were here, we had 2 proposals. One was for a babysitting night, April 28th. And that was Friday, April 28th. And we'd had one in March that was very successful. And we have this one coming up. So we did the proposal, but unfortunately couldn't be voted on last time. So we're asking for that to be voted on. We also had a proposal around us being able to pick up money on the play lots. during move-a-thon because the school cannot hold the money. So we identified 6 dates to pick that money up. And then we also have one for May 12th. Which is a babysitting night as well.
Okay, so we have the babysitting, we have the May 12th. It's the other one that, with the picking up of the money, that's the one that we don't have here. So how do we? So this is. That's right. So we have a special meeting coming up.
Okay,
So we'll add that to that.
all right,
I'll check with you right after, so we can make sure that it is on there.
that's totally fine. Okay.
Thank you, Chad.
All right, thanks.
So there are 2 motions, one to approve the fundraising event or the babysitting event on April 28th from FOP.
A motion to approve the April 28th and May 12th babysitting nights.
Second.
All in favor? Any opposed? Any discussion? Motion is approved. Thank you, Chad. And again, we'll be in touch. The next item is principal evaluation, annual evaluation score. So earlier this year, we went through the process of, we went to a special meeting where we worked through the rubrics for principal evaluation. So these happen every 3 years. Well, they're supposed to happen on an annual basis, but the parent one, so the one that we put together, happens, on an annual basis. So we went through that process. So it's now time to enter these results in the principal evaluation. I don't know what the OT stands for, but whatever system of record. One fun fact that we found out as a result of this, since the pandemic, it's only been principal evaluations that principals have received as formal documents for their performance. So I thought that was interesting. So the question is, the motion would be to approve the scores that were released as far as the annual evaluation. So we have 2 scores. There's one for the actual year that has elapsed, and there's one that's a cumulative score for the past 3 years. Either one of those can be used to fill out the document that I just mentioned. Lori is neutral on whichever score or set of scores we use. Truth be told, they're actually fairly close. And so, the motion is to approve the scores, but then the question is which ones we want to use. I would suggest that we use a cumulative score because it's just, it's for continuation purposes, and it's more in line with having one set of numbers. So that would be my proposal, my suggestion. I don't know if anybody has any concerns about that. Yeah, okay. Okay. So I'd like to make a motion to approve the annual evaluation scores for Lori based on the cumulative 3-year results.
Second.
Thank you. Can I get do we have any discussion? Any questions? All right. Okay. All approved? You opposed? We discussed. So thank you. So we will use the 3-year cumulative scores for this purpose. Very good.
Sorry, just to make sure I'm documenting this right, Ella was not a part of the vote and you were not a part of the vote. Okay.
That's right. Next on the agenda, the approval of the vote for approving new members of the Equity Committee. This is the most recent LSC committee that was formed at the beginning of the school year. We've had quite a few parents who have left the school or left the committee altogether. And so now we've had 3 more join. And this is just a vote to formally welcome these members into the equity committee.
And can we discuss it before we vote?
Yeah, so we have to have a motion before we can discuss.
So I'll motion to approve the membership of Maria Montenegro, Ryan Martin, and Ralph Williams.
Second.
Any discussion?
Well, here's my position on this, and I would definitely like to start something fresh for them and not just leave something behind. They have not been able to, they were not part of it. Many of you guys know that equity committee was kind with when they did something that was not right. And we have to speak about that. But my question is, if we have a person who has the position and that is the secretary, and she's gonna be on both sides of the equity committee with the LSC, that's what I don't feel the comfortable work, because again, it's like having two positions and go against each other. If you have something that you are ahead of our committee, that is when I don't feel the trust that we need to have. And for that matter, I would just definitely say, we need to rethink about it. If we have positions that are, let's be like, she's the secretary, I don't have nothing against it, I mean, it's great and everything, but having being in 2 places there, that we take very seriously about, the thing is, it's all about kids.
Yeah.
And but I feel like if something, like when we had the situation brought to us, many of you guys were already aware of the situation before we even deal with it. So that's why I feel that I wasn't informed enough, or it would just so I don't want to be part of being alarmed when situations that we cannot make a good decision, because you seems like they already have a set on how they want to vote and when we ready.
But to clarify, we can just any subcommittee of the LSC can have LSC members on it. So like the principal evaluation, we have LSC members, nobody from the public. From the LSC, Matthew's actually a member.
I am the chair.
I don't think that the issue of having members of the LSC is part of that, we can have meetings.
And but I feel that that's something that it creates, puts you in a double their position, and I mean, for me, myself, and I'm sure a lot of them is like, I don't want to be second guessing what's going on in meetings. But it's okay to be in part of the meetings, equity meeting and everything, but if you're gonna hold 2 positions, it takes a speaking, like you represent the equity committee and you represent as well the LSC chairperson. So right there is the double. It is as well, so that's what I'm not comfortable with. And I'll be honest, like I think that we should rethink about how this has been done. I'm not saying that it was done in a position there where we try to control the way we decide things in here, but the equity committee is to help us to understand what the parents and the students are needing, and for us to in conjunction to make a good decision to pass it to the principal or whoever is needs to be notified.
So
Maybe it's just the that, I don't know, maybe you guys never had that problem, but since we had a problem. It is very serious, that's why I feel that. We should allow somebody else to have those positions. So we able to work on one position.
So can you help me understand, because we have a bylaws committee, we have a principal evaluation committee, we have a communications committee. All of those are made up of LSC members and hopefully, non-LSC members at some point.
And
Are you specifically referring to the equity committee that needs to be rethought in terms of its membership, or just the equity committee?
just say.
Why?
Because I feel that it has something, it has not been fair for us to come into this situation.
Can you explain us, like who? What hasn't been
So
fair?
first of all, if we want, on the 26th, and I'm sorry, I wasn't here, I was taking care of this. We have not even closed the first chapter of the problem that we have. And that is something that it needs to be taken care of before it creates a cancer. We are taking too long to answer to the person, even the parents and the teacher and whoever has been involved in it to, let's close the chapter, say directly to the person, like, what, this happened, we apologize. I have not, nobody has read it. I heard from some of the members of the equity committee and the 26th, they told us that they apologize verbally, but has not been anything in writing. So for that, I'm trying to find neutral. What I'm trying to get from is to have a neutral from that we gain choice for all parties. I'm not here to one side or the other. I'm here to find a neutral zone that we can all work together. And that's what I come up.
Thank you, Alo.
So I understand that there is an issue surrounding the equity committee and an occurrence happened. I don't necessarily think that these three new members, I think that is itself an issue, and then there is the issue of incorporating new people into the equity committee. I don't know if those are actually, to me, that two things.
On the agenda, responding to, like, we have a vote on the statement regarding that, is something, and I think that will address what you were asking. Your response to piece. I think that we're okay with. We all have an individual vote, so we can determine whether or not we want these three members to part of that committee. We don't see if you would have LS members all. This one, I think that it's going to happen to
I would say too that I would like to understand how the purpose of the equity committee clashes with the purpose of us too. In a way, you're saying it's almost like their opposing interests. And I don't see how. I just don't want to be a public interest. I just want it to be something that we both work together. Yeah. This is not about passing or about, I want to move forward, but positive. If I vote for them, I want them to feel the same, we all will have the 100%. And I don't feel that, by voting them right away, I mean, I don't even know what their purpose, what they want to do with it. I haven't heard anything about them.
Can I amend my vote then?
Okay.
So then I guess maybe see if you want to pass that vote first, and then we can vote member by member. And see where we're at, number by number, instead of all three at the same time.
Okay, so just to be clear, the issue is the addition of an LSC member into the equity committee, that's the problem?
Put something, but I have not heard what the intentions are. So I know one person out of the three of them And, it's part of us, LSC. And, but, Miranda, I have, well, I don't know. Ms. Maria Cecilia Bocanegra, I know she has worked in the school as a volunteer for many and all that, but, I guess we need to know what's the intentions. Are we gonna encounter the same situation that we are not able to control in the past? Couple meetings before. That's why I feel like it's not fair to vote on them if we have not even closed them.
So my understanding is that the equity committee has a process to bring on new committee members, right?
Yes,
So these people were required to say to the committee, to remember to start that committee time. We're interested in this, which I would also say over here, we didn't know about this, right?
correct.
So if the equity committee already approved these folks informally and thought, their interest as parents who want to be part of this committee, then I don't be trusting that.
I think if I understand it though correctly, he's saying in light of events that have occurred, before we make any additions or changes to the committee, we need to rethink or essentially go back to understanding and rethinking the committee itself.
Well, my point is, why am I voting if you already decide who the members are gonna be? That's one thing. Secondly, is.
Can I answer that first?
So the local, because it's the subcommittee of the LSC, the LSC has to vote in the members. So we have to say yes, these are the ones that want to be on the.
Is, but again, going back, I don't know nothing about it. When I became an LSC member, I wrote a statement. What was my intentions to be part of the LSC? I do not know the intentions of then how we want to be part of the equity committee. So that's the thing I'm going. So now we live in blanks. And those blanks are coming back to haunt us because we did not have any information whatsoever of the person. And again, I'm not against who the persons are, but we need to be more open, we bring something to vote for it. I would like to know who the person is.
Okay,
So,
so just to clarify, these members have been participating in those meetings, and as part of the member onboarding process, they have shared with the committee their reasons and their intentions for joining the committee. It sounds to me that what you're saying is that should have been vetted with all the members of the LSC before being approved, as opposed to being taken as a recommendation from the committee. Is that from the LSC?
exactly.
Okay,
And I think it's fair for them and for
I'm
us.
sorry. Okay. Thank you. Any other discussion?
Well, I just would say, I hear what you're saying, Adolfo. I think there's good questions to be asked. I do think it's important to have LSC members on our committees, because I think it helps hold us to the standards that we I think it's good that we have LSC members on these committees, because it holds our standards and keeps our norms in place. It keeps our committees running smoothly. I would almost be on the other, if we didn't have LSC representation on the committees, I'd be concerned that it would move outside of the work of the LSC. That's all I would add.
So it sounds like we need to do some additional discussion, maybe as a separate item, to try and make sure that we all agree on the process for bringing people in, and then figure out if that works for everybody.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay,
It's something we can vote on.
yeah, so I think we can go, so we're gonna do one at a time, right?
So we have to start with my initial
Motion.
and
Okay. So we should have the microphone. Go ahead.
All in favor of to add, three members. Opposed? Motion passes.
The next item on the agenda is the next school year's organizational meeting. So Lori sent out a couple of notes out there about the date, and the proposed date is July 13th, 2023 at 6 p.m. Any discussion about this? I'd like to make a motion to approve the proposed date of July 13th, 2023 at 6 p.m. for our next school year's organizational meeting.
Okay.
Any discussion?
That's a Thursday, right?
Yes. It's a Thursday. All in favor? Anybody opposed? Thank you. Motion passes. Next item on the agenda is LSC norms amendments. Lori had shared with us a couple of items that we wanted to possibly add into the norms. So Lori, I don't know if you want to.
Yeah. So at our last meeting, I made the recommendation that we take 2 additional norms.
At the last meeting, I made a recommendation to take on 2 additional norms that are part of our PDC, which is our professional. And so forms are some religion that are moving, that not have moving, have the right now solution, and then the process is not moving. So I'll make a motion to add both of those norms to our LSC.
second.
Any discussion?
I have a question.
Just because I was here at the last meeting, when we say not a right solution and that to cover things are ongoing. Is there, I mean, I know there's no like one kind of deadline for things, but not in the background of this, it sounds really open-ended and, you know, who can go down the line of things. So I guess I'm wondering what kind of qualities we can have in mind to make sure that, you know, justice is great, which is very important, but. So a lot of the things that we had talked about in the last meeting were discussions where there wasn't really an action plan that was established. Some things had an action plan, some things didn't, some things would be discussed. And so I think we need to be clear to the council when there are things we need to have an action plan. Hopefully acknowledge that some things are in here in school public participation or discussion about council members, where it may not be us to, and if it's in that meeting, it might be to bring meetings down. Or never.
Any other item? Okay. So we did the motion, we seconded. So now, all in favor? Right, so we have one abstention. The motion passes. Thank you. Next item on the agenda, Peirce Family History Night. So we had a request from one of our Parents, Bone, you wanna give a quick thing? Here.
I really don't think I need this, but I'll talk into it because we. This is what I do, I'm just gonna cut them off. So, raise your hand if you have heard of Dilla, the urban historian. I love this. Oh, yeah, I love it. So not everybody, but a lot of folks in here, and we're leaving like 6 people, didn't see anyone back here. Oh, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 for you. Well, 14. Whoa, okay, so Dilla, the urban historian is a South Side man, parents and husband, I believe, to a teacher, right? Isn't his wife a teacher? Science teacher? Okay, but anyways, here's the dream. Our dream is that young people need to know our history. We as parents need to know our history. We need to know where we live, whose land we live on, right? Who's here like 1,000 years before us. Because history is alive. And the stories we
Because the history of the line is very fast. Form our lives. And it's just phenomenal. The community, what happened 100 years ago, 50 years ago, who is we want? So,
Yeah.
So I'm a therapist and a social worker, and I have a Peirce parent. And I had a session, like creating a session of the day last Friday. I had a 24-year-old social worker, also CBS grad, really, shout out CBS, and in the UIC. Came in and was like, I gotta talk to you about something really important. And I was like, oh my goodness, what? Now, this person is a white, South Irish, 24-year-old, who has not felt a lot of positive history about who she is. And part of our work in therapy is that this is cleaning part of herself. Now she decided to go to this event in the neighborhood where she lives, and lo and behold, who is on stage? Dilla. Thank you, Michelle. Dilla of the 1990 riots. And he told us that nobody hears. He told us that when we went to Bridgeport, we had to say, we did not like people. Okay? In Bridgeport, we were like burning stuff down and killing people. And lots of people were dying. It was bad news. The people on the south side that lived in Beverly and working hard, brought the brown bodies back together, and they stood. And they made a huge chain around Morgan Park. It's the neighborhood is Morgan Park. Wow. I've been in Chicago since '96. I know a lot about Chicago history. When anyone comes to the tour, and I've never heard of this story. Now, fast forward to 24-year-old CBS grad, UIC grad, who works for the people now. Well, different in her body, at the beginning of the story. She thought she had a story of her own to belong to, and put on her neighborhood which she loved. I want her to be able to feel that. Because it's in our hearts, right? So still reading, and we want to really get that without May 17th, 6 no, or we're going to meet on we're going to see there. And we're going to get some pizza, and we need to get some speakers. I don't know where we're going to get them, but we're going to get speakers. Okay. That's what, actually, I was. And then we're going to have the Peirce. So, yeah, to bring your people, bring your little cousin. Is that okay? Bring your little cousin. Bring your kids. So, and I was sitting for about Michael sitting right there in the audience, and my little person over behind me, or by my side. And then right over here was very young people, we had a very young people, and watching Willard interact with young people was amazing. So, and these are like young people in the school. So we're going to mention the school for young people, to the parents, to the students who want to say, okay, that's it.
Can I ask a question?
Oh, can I say one more thing?
Yeah. No.
Yeah, but first of all, we have, we don't want to do that. We should do this. We know that it was hard to set. So we consider the PSO, the PSO, the BAC. Who else? The voices, and also the thank you, that will be, thank you very much. So that's that's all. That's all. Thank you.
So you said May 17th at 4?
4 p.m.
4, okay.
4 p.m. 6 p.m.
6 p.m.
Yes.
And my other question was like, he is kind of a big deal. And so how did we decide to come? Are we like paying for it or?
We're gonna but I believe he said that they want to here, and when he was and I went to actually, I'm gonna see him again. He doesn't know what he's like that. Not in a good way or any way, but I'm really young and so I really think that's and that's like he loves.
He's a good guy. He's a good guy.
Thank you very much for this spirited description. So this is an item that we need to bring up to a vote, so, oh,
This is
does
a-
it?
This is. a
Oh, that's
school
right, you told me
sponsor,
that.
So it doesn't need a vote of the LSC.
Okay, so it's a school-sponsored event because, and therefore, there's no need for, so we look forward to the event on May 17th at 4 p.m. Apparently, there's going to be food. Sign me up. Thank you. All right, so next item on the agenda, we bumped up, so Ella, just hang on just 1 minute. So Sam, you're up. Are you good? She wants to hear about this. Okay, so maybe give them the, can we give them the microphone maybe?
Yes, please.
Oh.
I'll do a left, I'll do left, just fall. We're also gonna present it on the screen, and this presentation will get posted, this morning. It was in letter form in last 2 weeks ago, before spring break. And, it will all, so good evening, everyone. My name is Elizabeth. I am the primary program coordinator. Also, there's parents of the and then we have me, our people, and we are presenting tonight on the feedback that we received on IB evaluation visit, which was held at the beginning of December, right after the Thanksgiving break. And this is we're going to go through the feedback. I'm going to give you a quick overview of what evaluation was, what it meant, what happened with it. We'll go through some areas of growth that we see from the computers, and then we will have our next up again. So the evaluation of the we around the fall of 2021. We did this by gathering documentation, meeting with stakeholders, we submitted the quality curriculum, which is a process to the middle years program. We submitted a preliminary review of documentation for our middle years program requirements, the diploma program. Conduction with school. We also developed a study which is working with all of our stakeholders, parents, teachers, students,
I think that's everybody, right? Parents, students, all our stakeholders. And we, then submitted that in the spring of 2022. Then summer in fall of 2022, we finalized our implementation, based on our top-level results. We gathered the remaining documentation that we needed, and we prepared for our visit. Our visit then happened in December of 2022. Years confused. And all of this is to say that it was based on items we reviewed. So we have a link to those that will be in the presentation when we share that. So we start with our first, I think relevant on standards. The first standard is purpose. Some areas of strength on purpose were that the values we saw who we are as a school. A caring, inclusive, and diverse community, diversity, inclusion, and compassion permeated throughout the continuum. Those are words from the site visitors, which as somebody who has done site visits virtually and myself, and then hosted this one, I was very worried. So, and worried with the that they were together for who we are, and they did it, so it was great. Then they all are for their focus on social justice standards and providing social health and learning programs. Areas of growth for these standards were established review, development of international mindedness, and the learner program. So engage in what that work sounds and feels like across the continuum and all of our great levels are units of our parents and our school community. The next standard is leadership and governance. And with that standard, there was an area of strength that was the continuum benefits from premier leadership in collaboration to benefit the school community. The next standard is student support. And there were two that were highlighted here. The two areas of strength for student support were arts partnership throughout the school. So as many of you may or may not know, we have first that happens every single grade level, K through 8th grade, outside of the regular cycles that happen in school and connected to the other units. And then I mentioned learning and community partnerships throughout the individual units.
Good evening, everyone, some members, parents. My name is Sam Lee, the MIP coordinator. So the next set of standards we have is culture and policy. And so the areas of growth for these standards develop a schedule to review the IB policies to ensure consistency and continuity across the continuum. Another piece of feedback that they gave us to develop parent education in relation to the IB mandated policy. So that's something that both coordinators will work on to have informed parents through parent sessions. So another set of standards is how we prepare our students to be lifelong learners. And in that standard, we have areas of strength that was reported back to us. Meaning that Peirce engages students in opportunities to understand the local community. Also, Peirce identifies opportunities for students to take action based on the needs of their local community in various. So the next set of standards are about approaches to teaching and approaches to assessment. So it really belongs to our teachers. And the area of growth for this across PYP and MIP is to develop teachers to embed more open inquiry into teaching and learning practice.
Okay, so then we have some short-term next steps. We want to ensure that the family has a question for a program of teaching hours in design specifically. They do have a requirement of 50 hours for the subject area. Create a review system for the middle years program staff to review subjects and overviews for the beginning and end of years to align and ensure those two requirements regarding the middle years program is not just Peirce, but across our equal. We also want to establish critical interdisciplinary units where they happen and ensure the training is improving content they are delivering. Our long-term next step, we want to align the ISO standards with the CIW goals, so as we go into that review period. Develop continuing procedures and design. We have a partnership with some. Our partnership is within the MIT program across 6th through 10th grade. We want to develop a continuum further from pre-K to 12th grade. Developing needs for professional development and creating teaching and learning strategies. We're hoping to do something in the fall. Re-engaging with the development of international mindedness and the understanding of the profile management. In PYC specifically, developing the sequence around the approach to learning. And in the middle years program, specifically learning our criteria. And that is what we have for you regarding the IQ evaluation visit. And as we said, we'll have more information with parents. Thank you all.
Thank you, for putting all the work that you have done into the IEP evaluation visit and supporting communities from the finance and supporting our.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Actually, two. One is, you have mentioned that there was a takeaway would be to, on the topic of parent education. Can you elaborate on that a little bit, see what that means?
Just because I don't workshop.
So parent education meeting, outsourcing parent session. So as we I done this in my very years, 9 years ago. Called the team brought in some of you may remember something where not only the parent education are part of the program that got class as well. This is a specific relationship to the policy that we have here as the mandated policies. So just hosting sessions where we review those policies with parents. Hopefully sessions where we could get feedback on those policies to parents and review them further.
Thank you. And then the second question is, you have reached out for like this, the next phase for those that either participated or were interested in participating. Can you?
So yeah, so back in November, December, there was a survey that came out from the district regarding national programs and special programs across the district, in our case, IB. It went out to families and students, I believe, and the results of that survey are allowing, have invited us to come down and say school for the district for our international. So next week on Thursday, we are having that site visit, which is similar to the evaluation visit, with the exception of that one day and instead of 3 days. So it's only a few hours instead of several days, but it's very similar. The district will come out for approximately 4 hours on Thursday to get it done. They will talk to stakeholders, parents, students, admin, and look at student work as well. So that will happen next.
Thank you.
Question I need to wait. It's about, I think you have to wait.
I think we have to wait, unfortunately, but it's not much, it's coming.
I have submitted the session we had, when was that, like? A month ago?
Oh, yeah.
I think I know, like, January or February. I'm so new. But I should thank you because it was super important. To your point about parent education.
Yeah. Okay, you're sorry. Thank you again. Well, thank you very much. All right. Next on the agenda. Student rep, so for parents, so first, thanks all for joining. For parents who are not aware of this, this is the first year that we've had a student representative as part of the local school council. And Ella has been very gracious to sit with us during those meetings and give her opinion when and when not. So here she is.
So for this meeting, I have nothing to report. This is busy month. They're very busy, so.
So I said. We'll rehearse next time. We'll have a little bit more.
I have a question.
Yes.
How was this?
Oh, it was lots of fun. I had a great time there, and the service will be great.
Thank you, Ella. Next on the agenda, principals report.
All right.
Sit
I
back.
will take 30 minutes.
Yeah. We,
Principal support is in the people brought, which is called the public meeting, and for those of you that are in person, that's point. Which is something that we really. So, we will. Right, one is that, in regards to the differentiation, which is the schools in the primary area, teachers have been, continuing to get familiar with branch lines, which is the online platform. Students have to score along with, school data sets for students. And Mr. Crowd and Sweden, we are international learning community for teachers that are partnerships and done a number of have talked about how hopeful it is in helping them develop their practices. I also want to acknowledge that in our cultural practices, we had this Mr. Ritter taught a first grade research lesson for mathematics on the 12. And this was held during the week that era conventions. And there were people from around the world that this and it was taught in mainly English by people support for students that have we will be able to discuss the phenomenal experience of a lot learn to respect to support numbers and so the ongoing commitment that our teachers have in terms of the budget, yes, we received the district planning principles, but we have very and we had a several special budget meeting in order to review that budget, which will be held on May 1st at 9 a.m. virtually. I shared the information with council members and we'll all be sharing that information with the community. I have to do this how positions that are there and then out the with the council coordinators to possibly with the school community as well. People have been asking about summer programs and the more information will be coming out. Hopefully with the next week. We did apply for and received the preschool program, program along with the ESL summer programs for students who are English language learners. We also received people $40,000 to work the school summer program, which is last 2 years, so that more information will be shared. And then I will also receive $55,000 to run the after school programs for school year. Playground renovation has begun. You can see the east section that is also exciting, and the team will move to the west section of the playground once the east section is in finalized. Moving down into the competency B with the assignment on an annual basis, the principal has to put together an assessment plan, share the whole run. Their goals are to provide on small, and the plan includes us. Only change for year that instead of so that's not Sweden for students, we're all proposed to start at 50, which would give us a consistent assessment platform, kindergarten, grade range. We're finding that school family more information will come up next year. Will be in 86% of teacher observations that are completed, those are by number of days, we're on track to have all of our administration in our time. We are beginning the process for hiring for next school year. I was today, I have 3 teachers that are hiring. And I have one teacher so far that is relocating out of state, and another teacher that is leaving. So there's a couple of others that may also be teachers. We're looking at staff. So I shared the teachers as well as the community, and we'll be reaching out for the interviews and proposing. We were able to hire Jacob for one of our special education next school year. Jacob started at Peirce in the classes with it, has been working alongside Ms. Lee and Mr. Brad, really reading program, which is people position, and so we will be certified. All we will be able to see. Lots of great things in Thompson UP, building the power of focus on college for success. We had a dentist here in 120, clean at Sun High School was here and hosted an on-site registration event for students that only going to Sun next school year. The really coordinated the learning phenomenal parents all those that were able to in supporting our school-wide event. And then 5th grade students were able to work with here this evening on a different day, but with a similar idea. And then just to give an update, we had mentioned last school year wanting to move towards more affinity spaces for students, and this was part of our the sort of like feedback that we received from students, staff, and family surveys through our work with Dr. Fisher. And so Josiah is part of our request partnership is starting hybrid company space for federating quite organized lab. And we're going to have 2 of those meetings over the next month with the goal that we can continue to scale up those experiences. And so this is in addition to the work that is Peirce and the new learning with the 5th graders, where they're leading with a group we called Celebrating the Strength of Black Youth. And so we're, more welcome for families to know about these that getting involved in both so they will hold my first in-person talk with people, how do people who's really like to see people interested. Thank you for all the and the resources so I'm looking forward to having more in person as we move forward next year. And then you say to Aaron Payne for doing all the work in the book there. And they're coming all the ones who say, how much change we did this school and so Aaron and really down in person. And then finally, I had the opportunity to actually be on a panel with the designer of the Northwestern and the Area Conference. Very chance to the American Individual Institute, but I was last Saturday afternoon. And research for a partnership, with the high level solutions and divinity research practice partnership in around some how. That concludes my presentation.
Any questions or comments from the council? I have a couple questions, if that's okay. So I was excited to see the school year 24 after school program funds. Curious, how does that compare to funds that we received in the past?
It's about the same. It will be enough to run the program that's comparable with what we have. Slightly more based on
In terms of staffing, you shared some upcoming attrition. Are there particular grades or sets of grades that would be affected?
it's across the board, like it's broad, it's very great. I'll share more and then we'll get implementing some of the positions in the building and then where. That is.
Oh, yeah.